What is up YouTube, it is Matty and I've got an awesome new strategy to show you. It is brand new, fresh off the block, and yeah, I am going to go through a lot of the emphatic team use the attack this war. Firstly, I will say, if this is the first time you're watching this video or new to my channel, please subscribe because I post regular war content all about advanced strategies and that sort of thing. Moving on, Moscree is the guy that who did the video for this, highlighting the strategy, and the emphatic team tried it all last war, so I've got a bunch of raids to show you, which is going to be good fun. And yeah, it's just it's one of those things. So what it is like the new version of Laloon. Now I don't know what the name for it's going to be, although Moscree did sort of announce it as the max attack, and sort of highlighted it as the ultimate Town Hall 9 strategy. Now based on it looks pretty bloody strong, so yeah, got loads of replays anyway. But just to talk about the army itself. Now what it is, it's like using a more advanced shattered Laloon, to put it simply. So you use 2 golems normally, 8 to 10 wizards, a couple of wall breakers to break in the first layer, but then you use every single spell on your kill squad. So you use quad earthquake to break a huge chunk in the base. I think you can use jumps for it, 2 jumps to get the same effect, but I think the fact that you don't have to, it's a lot easier if you just earthquake it open and a couple of wall breakers on the first layer. Plus you don't have to worry about the timings or anything like that if the king gets locked in a compartment or the queen does. So it can add a bit of, it does make that advantage that once the walls are gone, they are gone. Now use the rage spell to help the queen take down the enemy CC and help just, you know, usher the troops inwards a bit. And then the heal spell, which is the brand new thing. The heal's good for the Barb King, because once the barbarians, once you pop the Barb King's ability, obviously on higher king levels, to drop that heal down and keep those barbarians alive, because the only thing that can kill them one hit is like a giant bomb. Mortars, wizards, towers, that sort of thing won't kill them. So if you can keep them alive for a bit, it's just going to get your kill squad deeper into the base. And then if you obviously depend on the base, if you have one air defense left, then you only need 2 hounds. If you have 2 air defenses left, then I'd say 3, which dictates how many loons you bring. So when it's 2 hounds, you can bring about 18, and when it's 3 hounds, you can bring about 14, if you just certain other areas of the army comp. So yeah, enough talk. Let's get into some examples of the raid. So, you know, and the other thing about it is it's very easy to use. It's very sort of noob friendly, I suppose. So if you're struggling with hogs, or if you're, I don't know, you're not quite consistent, maybe this might be the strategy for you. Is it going to ruin Town Hall 9? I don't know. It's very difficult to defend against, and I've got a load of examples to show. We're going to use this War vs Indo Celestial as our example. I'm going to start off with number 30 because it's a great example, because we did this on a really low account, which is Emphatic Echoes, and you can see his troop levels are 15 and 16 for the king and queen. Starts the raid by earthquaking open the base, couple of wall breakers in, there was nothing going to stop them then. 2 golems down. He doesn't need a huge wizard funnel actually. He's going to save a few wizards for the cleanup, and then watch now, king and queen down. I think the king was down a little bit early. Ideally you want to drop him down once the CC pull has started, but however he is taking some buildings down, and the CC did go onto the golem, which is fine. Poison to help the CC. Rage spell nicely placed actually to keep the king in it for a long time. Unfortunately the king ability popped straight onto a giant bomb. That's probably the worst thing that can happen, because a giant bomb is one of the only things that can take down the barbarians in one hit. You can see his queen now, pops the ability, she's within rage, a load of buildings have gone down. He has left it with 2 air defences, and on this occasion the attacker sort of knew he'd only get 2 air defences, and he's brought 3 hounds. Now you can see the CC hound is a level 3, and he's brought 2 level 2s. So he's just sort of using 2 hounds for the first air defense, which is pretty normal, and then the final hound for the last air defense, and just targeting those Laloons on all the available defenses, and then boom, he's gonna crush the base. So you can see the Loon. The only thing he's having trouble with really is the sweepers. They're just pushing those Loons back and just becoming a right pain. But the Loons are moving up. They are going to start taking the sweepers down. All those hounds are in. Look at the cleanup as well. Wizards down, hounds, pups around. It's just absolutely trashed the base. Now I'm going to speed through and we're going to move on. This raid's done now. Not much left except but to wait for the cleanup to happen. And there you go. Base destroyed. And the army comp you can start editing it, I suppose, like bringing maybe a haste instead of a poison, using jumps instead of earthquakes, even using an extra rage instead of the heal. But I think the heal adds a lot of value to that king. The next one I'm going to show is number 23 by Savoni. Let's have a little look. Again, so this is an anti 2-star base now, so it's not just for anti 3-star bases, it is for sort of really any base. I can't think of a base at the moment that's that it's weak against. So pretty standard. You need to create a nice wide funnel. You're allowed to take up to about, as I said, around 8 to 10 wizards. So you don't want to make your queen go around the outside. You can see it drops the rage spell sort of right where the king and the queen are. At the moment the king's barely even being touched. The Tesla is on him now. The poisons to help slow down those Loons. The king's running nice and deeply in, and watch this. King ability with the poison spell, sorry, with the heal spell, and those barbs are just surviving and tanking, and that's the idea. Extra tanking means the queen's going to last longer, means the king's going to last longer. Queen ability hasn't even needed to use it yet, and he's just taken a huge section of this base down. Golem's still up front tanking. Meanwhile the queen's there, and now 2 hounds on the first air, because he knew 2 air defences were going to remain. He's brought the 3 hounds, so 2 on the first air defence, making sure that he takes all the defences down en route. And then he's got his third one coming in from, look at the angle as well, completely opposite angle, just to make sure that it tanked for that archer tower. And basically you just need to make sure that when you plan the raid that you're tanking as much as physically possible for those Loons. Now queen survived. She's about to pop the ability, I imagine. Oh, he almost missed it then, but he gets the ability, and the queen survived that whole ordeal that's just happened there with the kill squad. And that's crazy that these spells are making a huge difference to what the kill squad's capable of. And now he's just absolutely crushed this base again. I'm gonna try not to repeat myself in terms of terminology, and we are going to go into the next raid, which is by Krull. So, got a golem, thank you. I just built the army for example purposes, to be honest. So, and I'll show you one last time at the end. In this one, it looks like he's bought 3. He's going to try for 3 air defences. So he's taken 2 hounds with him. So this shows you the variation in the army comp. Now he's going to earthquake probably at the start of the raid. That's what I would do, and find a route in to get the 3 air defences. Maybe over. Oh, here he is. Look. Straight in, no wall breakers needed, 9 wizards, so he's going to create a huge wide funnel, which is exactly what you want to do. Make sure that, and save a couple of wizards for the cleanup. So there you go, look, he saved 2 wizards for cleanup, which is more than enough. Poison straight on the CC to make sure they don't do too much damage. He's going to wait for his king and queen to get in a little bit, and then he's going to rage them in. Look, there it is. And then he's going to wait for the king to start losing a bit of health, and to be in a position where he can pop that heal spell with the barbarians going to make use. So he's in the heal spell at the moment. I imagine he's going to drop the barb soon. I would. That is the purpose of the heal, but looks like he's waited too long. So I would have dropped it a lot sooner than that, just to make sure that the barbarians there got that tanking that the heal gives them, obviously by not dying. But anyway, this tanking's still happening. The queen's taking down defences. She's going to go into the core now, and once she's in this core, there's going to be all sorts of things going on. Tesla's going down, sweeper's going down, Expo going to go down, and he's taken those 2 hounds with a load of loons. Look, huge wide spread on those loons. Second hound's going in now. It's going to pop I don't think that second hound's going to pop, to be honest. But he's already taken a huge amount of those defences down, and that is it. This raid, this base is done. He's got cleanup troops in terms of wizards and pups. And time isn't really going to be an issue because you start the raid by sending the kill squad in. There's no luring, there's no walking around the base, there's just straight in, get the job done and out. And you can see just the variance of bases this strategy is being used on. I'm going to show you the next one now, the Holy. Let's have another look. And very little differentiation. So this one is 14 loons, so you can see, so he's using the 3 hounds, so he's going for 2 air defences. So bear that in mind when you watch the raid. Just going to speed it to start off. There we go, look, you found his angle, and he's even doesn't need to use any wall breakers on this one either, because there's a sort of he's broken right into the majority of the base there. There's 2 air defences clearly in range. The CC troops are coming out now. He's going to drop a poison to slow them down and get rid of them. Huge wide funnel with those wizards, that's key. You need to make sure that the queen and the king go in, because if they walk around, the whole raid will fall down quickly. Look, the queen's going in beautifully. The loons are staying in that poison. The dragon's going to help. The queen's going to take down the dragon. And look now, heal spell down for the king. Ready. Pop the ability anytime soon. There it goes. Look, the barbs are going to stay in the heal spell, stay alive, and the queen's going to carry on tanking for the the queen's going to carry on taking buildings down. Second air defense going to go down very soon. King is still there. He's already started the Laloon, look, and he's just starting to position the loons around the base. There goes the second air defense. Now a cannon, look, so he's helping his loons out, giving them less travel distance. And he's going to wait a bit. The second hound is there. You just want to give your loons a chance to catch up, get your loons onto air defense. Now the third and final hound is coming in from a complete opposite angle there, and it's going to do some tanking for those buildings. Now he's going to save 2 loons. He's going to wait for the other air defense to go down, because you have got a couple of defenses right at the top side of the base, look. But I think he's either going to wait till that sweeper goes down, which it's done, but I think more importantly, he wants to wait for his loons to get close. Now I would have dropped the loons so that the big pack there weren't getting targeted by the wizard tower. So I think it was as a very slightly late drop. I'd have dropped it probably about 1 second sooner. But you can see pups already cleaning up the base, wizards as well. Always save one or two, at least I'd say 2 wizards you want to save for the cleanup, and then allow your pups to do the rest and your loons to do the rest as well, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to have quite a few loons left towards the end of the raid. So great job by the Holy. Next one we're going to look at is by Diablo, which was done by Revved Up in our clan. So yeah, looking through, this is he's going for 2 air defences, so he's bought the 3 hounds, and he's got 2 golems, so creating a nice wide funnel. Fortunately, the queen's going to have to take that dark storage down, so the golems are going to be tanking a little bit longer. He has dropped a wizard to help. A second wizard's come over. Here we go, look, the earthquake's down to break into the core, and now golems being redirected in. King, queen down. Poison is right down, ready to slow down those loons. He's going to drop the rage down anytime soon. I would say, yep, now there it is, look. And then king ability and heal spell all down, all to help that tank in. The king is getting hit very hard though. There is a lot of things hitting him right now, but the queen is there. The golem's still there tanking for him. The queen's going to hit that wizard tower very soon. I think she's just killing some troops, and then she looks like she might move north now. Yeah, there you go. She's going to go take down that arch tower, which is a good thing, because it's one less anti-air defense that's going to be in the way. So first hound across the base, second hound coming in from a completely different angle, just tanking for those loons down sort of systematically. He's going to wait. I would have waited a little bit for the third hound, maybe a couple of seconds later, just to let that air defense die, but doesn't matter too much, because the loons, they're getting into those air defenses now. And then there you go, he's got 2 saved for the final wizard tower. He just needs to try and get down these testers in the core. The Expo and the Sweeper combination is causing him a bit of trouble, but the Expo is about to die, and now he's just got these testers left. So this was a pretty close one as far as this strategy goes, but the Loons were able to get in there, and he had the cleanup troops to clear the base as well. So the final raid we're going to show for this strategy from this war, which wasn't the final attack strat, I just don't want to make it a crazy long video, but we are going to show David Rexliv on another base here, and again 3 hounds. So if you can get 3 air defences, then you only need to take the 2 hounds. So this one he's using the wall breakers. Nice wide spread on his golems, nice wide spread on his wizards as well to make sure he gets the cleanup. Queen in the middle to make sure she goes inwards as well. And now he's going to use a test. Did he use a test wall breaker, or did he just go straight in? Yeah, test wall breaker. He's okay, breaking straight in. Queen's going in now. Golems are redirecting. Some extra wizards to go and jump up there. He didn't save any cleanup wizards, so I think he clearly knew he was going to be okay on that side of it. Now poison to slow down the Queen, the Loons and the Dragon. That's key as well. That's pretty clutch, because if you can get the Queen on it, she will on the poison, it's going to slow down her hits. Now you can see the golem, the King has got all those barbs in the heal spell. The Queen's going to hit the Dragon next, so she will die. Then she should I was going to say move south to get the air defense, but the Golemite's got it anyway. But she's in a great position. She's going to take down the Teslas, and those Teslas are real pains against Laloon, because they do incredible damage to Loons quite quickly. She's going to die now, and then the 2 hounds coming in from opposite sides. Look, Loon's pretty much targeting all those defences directly. With everything distracted as well, he's just getting great value for those Loons, and then he's going to wait and get the 3rd hound coming in a little bit later. Complete opposite side, look to distract the wizard tower and 2 arch towers en route, going all the way across the base, and that's meant that those final back end Loons, they're going to just move in and destroy those defences, and then huge wad of Loons at the end. He has got a spare hound as well, which hasn't popped, which is annoying when that happens. So you can see this attack, yes, it's a modified Laloon, a modified shattered Laloon, because you use the 2 golems pretty much every time, and either 2 or 3 hounds, dependent on the base and what you're going to achieve. But it's crazy. It's just works if you get it right with the rage and the heal spell timing. You got the quad earthquake just to break yourself in. So this is a very strong strategy for Town Hall 9, and it's pretty almost not mindless, because there are certain ways you have to consider. But when you compare that to planning a hog raid, it's about, I'd say, 70% easier to do this sort of raid. You can almost build a stock army. So just to recap once again, in terms of in fact I'll do the full shebang. We've got the I've put 4 wall breakers there, but you could trade in a couple of goblins, 2 hounds and 2 golems. So if you wanted to drop or add a hound in, you'd drop maybe a wizard or 2, and maybe 4 of those Loons and a couple of wall breakers if you could. You know, you just edit it a little bit, even maybe 13 Loons, but the spells pretty much stay the same, which is the 4 earthquake, poison, can interchangeable for haste if you choose, but the poison does add some good value in slowing down potentially the Queen as well as the Dragon and Loons, which are in most CCs these days, although I think that's going to start being phased out as well. And then the Rage and the Heal. Heroes, not essential for 30. You saw that there was some Echoes had 15 and 16. I think Kroll's heroes were at max. For Savoni was 2020, so you know it's not essential to have these max heroes for this raid style either, which again is another huge thing. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it useful. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this strategy. Is this going to break Town Hall 9? I think it might do, but only time will tell. So I hope you enjoyed this video as always, and peace out.